Hey everyone, Reptile Sam here. I'm here today with my little dude Niles, my cinnamon champagne boy from Woolbanks Reptiles, and I'm wearing my awesome sand boa shirt on a cool crow skull that we here at Reptile Sam have in our shop. So after this video, make sure you go check out our shop and get yourself a really cool shirt like this from the Reptile Sam shop with a link located in our bio, both on YouTube and on Instagram. So today I just want to give you guys a quick reminder that a great snake like Niles from Woolbanks Reptiles still might not want to eat for a while after you get him. We've had Niles for a few weeks now, and he hasn't wanted to eat any food yet, but that's okay. Snakes, especially ball pythons, can be really picky eaters, especially as babies. So the biggest thing to remember is that when you've got your little baby ball python that you love, you're really excited to have him, even if he doesn't want to eat for a while, that's okay. Now there's a number of tricks to get them to eat, and these might work and they might not. So I'm going to go over a few of those tricks with you and things that I'm trying with Niles that might eventually work. They aren't guaranteed to work, but eventually your snake will get hungry and they will eat. So, number one, place your frozen thawed rodent outside or on top of their enclosure during the day and just let it thaw out naturally. Now you'll want to place a paper towel under it because it's frozen, so it'll, moisture will come out of it when it thaws out, but that way that scent is getting into their tank all day and it can entice them to be hungrier, okay? So step one. Next thing you can do, whether you're thawing it out in water or letting it thaw all day, you can use like a hair dryer and heat the rodent up with a hair dryer after it's thawed out. Now that will get the rodent hotter, so it'll be more like natural body temperature of the rodent. Now I did both of these things today, and now I showed a lot more interest in the food, but didn't take it yet. We'll just keep trying, and in a few weeks or a month or so, it would eventually. The biggest thing is not to get too freaked out. It's very easy to get concerned when your baby snake isn't eating. You want them to eat. They will. Just give them time. They'll take food eventually. So another thing that you can try is feeding them at night. You tend to feed my reptiles during the day. All the adults like to eat during the day because that's what they've learned we do here. They've grown accustomed to it. Sometimes your babies want fed at night. Another thing you can try, placing them in a different enclosure. Now I like to feed my snakes in their own homes. Some people like to feed them in different enclosures. One thing you can try with a young snake that's not wanting to eat, like Mr. Niles here, is you can put them in a separate tub for feeding time, so that way they have no distractions around them, and then hide them away, put a towel over it, put them back in their rack, whatever. But this can help them feel have a better sense of it's time to eat, because that's all there is that food. So that's another idea you can try. So far we've gone over a few ideas. Thaw it out in front of the enclosure all day or on top of till just let it naturally thaw. Heat it up with a hair dryer. Change the time of day when you offer them food, or move their enclosure. So these have all worked for me over the past. Another thing is how you hold the food. So here's one of my feeding tongs. This is one of my longer ones. I have one bigger one and one smaller one, so I guess it's my medium-sized one. And so when you're holding the food, hold it by the scruff of the neck, so you can kind of like hop it along and give it more rat or mouse-like movements. Instead of just dangling it by the tail or just tossing it in there, having it kind of like move along the ground, that can encourage your snakes to eat. And so the last one can get a bit messy, but not too messy if you're very careful and don't get too messy with it. But you can pike or brain the rodent. And that's when you have your frozen thawed rodent all thawed out, take a small pin nail or something similar and just drive it through the rodent's head to release some scent of brain matter, which will give your little carnivore predator here the scent that that's an injured animal, that's something I can target and go eat. Now, that's worked for corn snakes that I've done it with, and it's worked for boa constrictor for me, Herman. So, not always a first resort, but it tends to work. So, those are a few different ways you can try to get your snakes to eat. If none of these work for a while, just keep trying them every week, give them a week off maybe, introduce food, eventually your snakes will eat. Now, sometimes your adults will go off food during the breeding season. Brick, my king snake, during feeding, during spring and fall, usually only eats once a month, which is odd for a king snake, but that's how he is, and it's okay. I don't mind it. I offer him food, he doesn't want it, he hisses at it, strikes at it, never takes it. But when he does want food, he eats. Ball pythons are notorious for going off food. I once helped a friend of mine's snake who hadn't eaten in 6 months get back on food using some of these methods. She's an adult, she's a proven breeder, and I helped to get her back on food. So it's just a matter of using techniques and patience. And so I thought with Niles not eating for a couple weeks since I've gotten him, today would be a good day to make this video for you guys. So wish me luck as I try some more of these methods over the coming weeks to get Mr. Niles here to take his first meal at Reptile Sam. So here's a little cinnamon champagne boy who will be an awesome breeder for us in hopefully about 1.5 years, as long as he eats his food and gets big. But otherwise, Niles is awesome. He's from Wilbanks Reptiles. So from Mr. Niles right here, from me and all other animals in here, I'm Reptile Sam. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel. Go get yourself a really cool Reptile Sam merch with a link in our YouTube channel and on our Instagram at reptile.sam. So until next time, we'll see you guys later.